Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my New Year's resolutions, and I've never made a video like this before, but I'm very excited about it. I love making goals and making resolutions. It just makes me very excited. It also makes me a little bit overwhelmed, but I hope you enjoyed the video and let's get into it. So I have 15 New Year's resolutions this year. They're all kind of different categories, but I kind of just combined them all into one because I didn't necessarily have enough to make a bunch of separate categories. But the first thing I like to do is go over my New Year's resolutions from last year. So I've already done this, but my New Year's resolutions last year were, number one, work out 3 to 5 times a week, which I definitely did that. Number 2, be mindful about what I eat. I also did that. I did not fully come to like knowing how, like, I guess a good relationship with food and eating until like a little bit through the year. Not that it was ever like bad, but I was always like, okay, do I need to be like eating incredibly healthy all the time, or like what am I doing here? But then I learned about intuitive eating and that was just great. Number 3 was to pray daily, and I did that. Number 4 was to write and finish 4 worship songs. I know I did like 3 maybe. I don't know if I did 4. Number 5, do random acts of kindness frequently. I meant to do this more intentionally and purposefully, and I kind of forgot. So I didn't specifically do that one. Number 6, be more considerate / understanding of other people. And what I meant by this is like whenever people couldn't like make it to stuff, or they were like, oh sorry I can't do that today, like I would always just get mad and be like, why won't you spend time with me? And I was like, that's literally so entitled and like prideful. I don't want to be like that anymore. So I don't know, I feel like I kind of grew in that. Number 7 was to keep screen time average under 3 hours and use time limits. I in no way did that. Number 8 was to read 20 books. I read 13 books this year, which was more than I thought I would do. Number 9 was to get to 200 subscribers on YouTube. I did not do that, but that's okay. This was a weird year, like for making videos for me, because whenever I got really busy, I just like stopped completely, and I wanted this year, whenever I am really busy, to still be able to find time to do that and not just like drop it completely. And number 10 is to be confident and joyful in the Lord. I don't feel like I specifically like, oh, I completed this goal, but I feel like I definitely grew in that. So I would say I feel pretty good about my goals from last year. Like the more specific ones, I feel like I definitely did. So now let's go on to my goals for this year. Here's my little page. I made it in my bullet journal. I really don't use my bullet journal very much, but I just wanted to use it for this specific thing. So like I said, I have 15 goals, which I wanted to just stick to 10, but there were so many, like I said, with like different categories and stuff. And I feel like they're all kind of simple. They're more like habitual things. They're not like, I want to complete this whole big thing and like travel across the whole country. It's just like a small habit in your day. Well, the first one is give others the benefit of the doubt, because there are so many times lately and like this year that whenever I like text somebody and I'm like, oh, do you want to like hang out this weekend or something, and they say they can't, or they don't respond, or they say I'll get back to you on that, and then they never do, I'm always like, oh well, it's probably because they don't actually want to hang out with me and they're just being rude and they like just pretended to forget or something. And that might actually be true, but for most cases I don't think it is, because they are my friends and I know them, and I don't think they would just do that. I don't think they're doing it to be a mean person at all. So this year I really want to learn to give other people the benefit of the doubt, and like they probably just forgot, or they probably just got busy. Well, that's still not amazing, and I don't like that they forgot. I don't want to be like super accusatory of them and all that. Number 2 is learn that it's okay to make mistakes. This year I've realized that I really don't like being bad at things or making mistakes or getting in trouble, which obviously nobody does. But whenever I try something new, or even if it's not something super new and I'm not great at it and I mess up and I don't get it right the first time, I'm like, oh, that's automatically a bad thing. Like I did not do well. Like that's that's bad. I don't like that, you know, like it's a bad thing that I didn't get it right. But then I literally had this whole like reflection about this the other day. It is okay to make mistakes. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's called an accident because it's not purposeful. Like, if you accidentally spill something, you shouldn't be mad about that. Like, it's just an accident. Like, you didn't mean for it to happen. Number 3 is to spend time outside every day. I don't really know a lot of ways to do this, especially when it's in the winter and it's really, really cold, or it's in the summer and it's super hot. But I know that being outside is so important and it just like feels so good. So I want to try to be outside at least for even like 10 minutes a day. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna fit in, but I love being outside like in the morning. But like I said, whenever it's cold outside, like, what do you do? Number 4 is to journal 1 line a day. And I just wanted this year to really be the year that I don't feel like I've wasted time, or I've let time, you know, just go by and not like do anything with my life, and I want to actually be in the moment. So I want to journal 1 line a day. I did this for like 2 months a couple years ago, and it's so simple. You just write like 1 sentence about your day and you can just remember it, and it's great, and it like hardly takes any time. Number 5 is to turn off screens or like computers or phones 30 minutes to an hour before I go to bed. I started doing this like a little bit ago and I haven't been super consistent with it, but on nights that I can do it and remember to do it, even just 30 minutes or an hour before I go to bed, it actually really impacts my sleep. Number 6 is to get my driver's license. So I'm turning 16 on January 19th and I'm hoping to get my license either like 2 days after that on Friday, because our driver's license place is only open on Fridays, or the week after that. I'm honestly so terrified. I don't know why the driver's license test terrifies me so much, but that is a goal of mine this year. Number 7 is to read 20 books. I think that was my goal for 2022, and since I read 13 books, which is more than I thought I would be able to read, I think I will be able to read 20 books this year. Number 8 is go somewhere new / try something new. I really, really want to travel more, and I can't really make this happen myself because I'm only gonna be 16, but I would love to like just go somewhere new, even if that's like as small as like a new restaurant or a new store, if it comes down to that. Number 9 is write 2 worship songs that I'm proud of. So last year my goal was to write 4 worship songs, and I was like, I don't have to be proud of them, I'm just gonna write them because the ugly songs are how you grow. But this year I want to spend more time on just like a smaller amount of songs, but ones that I really like and I'm really proud of. Number 10, this is kind of random, but it's to do the splits on my left side, because as you guys probably know, I take dance, and flexibility isn't like a huge part of dance, but it's pretty important, and I can do it on my right, but I've just never ever in my entire life been able to do it on my left, and I'm like really close, but I've still like never gotten there. So that is a goal of mine. 11 is to eat healthy like 85% of the time, and then just kind of eat not like whatever, but obviously there's gonna be like desserts and things like that 15% of the time. 15, not 50. And then for a YouTube goal, which is number 12, I want to post every Monday except for, I want to give myself like 6, 8, maybe 10 Mondays out of the year that I don't post, because sometimes I'm just really busy, or like I'm sick, or I'm out of town, or sometimes my laptop just won't let me upload and I can't control that. So I want to set this goal for myself, even if I end up posting more than that or less than that. I need to set this goal for myself to keep myself accountable, because this year I did not have that motivation. Number 13 is to get to 250 subscribers, and as I was thinking about this, I was like, why do I even make these goals? Like, it's like such a small channel, like that's kind of stupid. But then I was like, you're never gonna grow if you don't have like aspirations or goals. Like, that's not a bad thing. Number 14 is to go to church just to attend. So I'm on the worship team at my church. I play piano and I sing, And a lot of Sundays I'm just there playing piano or singing or whatever, and so then whenever I'm not, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can sleep in, like not that it's a bad thing, like I love being on the worship team, but you know, it's great to not have to wake up at like 6. And so then on Sundays I don't have to, I just like sleep in, whatever. But I've realized that going to church just to attend instead of like staying home is actually so nice, and it's so important, because I was like, I go to church all the time, like I'm on the worship team, like whatever, but going to church just to attend and just to actually be able to worship and not having to focus on playing or leading, it's really important and really nice. So I definitely want to do that more this year. And number 15 is to check in on my goals monthly. I usually will get like 7 months into the year, I'm like, oh my goodness, remember New Year's resolutions? Like, oh my gosh. And so then I'll go and look at them and I'm like, wow, I literally forgot about all of these. So this year I want to try to check in on my goals monthly, not even to see if I've completed all of them, but just to remind myself of what I'm doing, because I feel like you literally make your resolutions, you have them in your mind for like a week, and then after that they just kind of like drift away, especially if they're new ones. So I feel like that will help keep me motivated and accountable. So those are all of my goals. Those are more specifically new goals. I still have goals from last year, like I still want to work out 3 to 5 times a week. I want to keep, you know, waking up earlier, not procrastinating. Like I definitely want to work on those things, but those are things that are pretty much always on my New Year's resolutions list. But these are mostly just like newer ones that I actually want to focus on more, because my older ones, they're basically already implemented into my life. Those are all of my New Year's resolutions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it gave you some inspiration for your New Year's resolutions. And if you have any specifically, let me know what they are down in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a great New Year. I'm so excited for New Year's. Like a new year just gets me so excited. I don't know why, but it just does. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.